Prochaine station, Papineau.
Community-minded and Montreal to the core. Elias Makos, CJAD.
Oh, yeah. Did that put you in the mood? Put me in the mood. Every day at this time, we talk about issues surrounding transit and getting around town. Today, we tackle a thing a lot of parents know all about when you got to take your kids to school. And even if your kids are getting to school on a school bus, that drop-off can be maybe the most dangerous part of the day for your kids as parents try to navigate that. And then you've got other drivers trying to speed through the zone. So CA Quebec, along with a couple of schools, are trying out a new pilot project to end the havoc in school drop-off zones. With more on this, let's join Diana Martire, principal at Springdale Elementary in DDO. Hi, Diana.
Good morning.
And we've also got Maryanne Tasika from CAA Quebec, who helped with this pilot project. Hi, Maryanne.
Good morning.
All right, let's talk about this now. Diana, let's start off with you and Springdale Elementary. Before you started off this pilot project, what was the situation during the drop-off time in the morning and the pickup time in the afternoon?
Well, I sat back and watched it last year. I was new here at Springdale and noticed that there was not a real procedure in place. Some parents were coming into what was previously a drop-off zone. Some were coming into the middle of the parking lot. Some were letting their kids out and walk to the school alone. Some were into the building. Some were walking with their kids. At the same time, we also had 7 buses arriving, letting off the kids from there, and staff. We have staff and parent parking together, so therefore we had the staff coming in at the same time navigating these children, these parents, and sometimes not even being able to find a place to park. So I contacted our local police. We work very closely with our community officers, Officer Pot and Officer Mike. And Officer Mike came right over, and we spent a lot of time together in the spring watching it, looking for other options, looking at the bylaws and parking and zoning around the school that perhaps we could just move the whole drop-off area, and it was not possible. So we left it at that and decided we would start right up at the end of August when school started and look for a plan. In the interim, what had happened is CAA was reaching out to different local police and asking if they were working with the school around safety issues in the parking lot and some other things. And he literally put up his hand and said, I am. And so came back after the summer break, right away was approached by CAA with this idea, this pilot. And in very short time, about 3 weeks, CAA came in and they implemented their program within the school. We started meeting with the kids, training. Maryanne was a gift, I have to say.
Well, let's talk about that gift, Maryanne. Maryanne, why don't you tell me about how this all started? Like, where did CA say, okay, this is something we want to tackle, we want to do, and how did this come about, and how are you implementing it at Springdale?
Well, firstly, there's a lot of bad behaviors in the schoolyards and double parking, and we have had lots of schools talking to us about it, so that's where we decided to start the research project with 2 schools in our province. So we have Springdale that I worked closely with, and we have another one that at the end of the month in Quebec, Anne Hébert École, that we're doing a similar project.
And so, Diane, how's it working so far?
It's working beautifully. It is the whole community that has come together. Parents were informed of the project. Many emails and phone calls went out describing what it would look like, what the expectations were from them, working with the town and actually CAA, who helped put new posts, new signs, our parking lot repainted, all the lines. This went on for about 2 weeks. The police were here often. They were here in the morning. CAA was here in the mornings to observe. Then at recess and lunchtime, they went around to the classrooms of our senior students, introduced the program, then taught them about the program, and it's all come into place with the training that's taken place. So about the week before our premiere, the students had practiced some dry runs without the parents here, then started doing the mornings a little bit. The parents have really come together as well and cooperated, and the feedback from the parents has been wonderful.
And I absolutely love that the kids are involved here. And you see, it's the grade 6 students, and they're wearing their reflective bright yellow vests.
Definitely, the high visibility vest. That's very important.
Yeah, and they just listen. They look, when you see these students being part of this. They seem to be happy to be sort of given this responsibility. And I would imagine for a parent or anyone driving through the school zone, if you see an 11-year-old in that vest taking care of traffic, you're going to slow down. You're going to be careful.
I think so. I think that really makes a presence. Mm-hmm. I like how you pointed out the happy. This morning I watched the whole routine from a distance, and I don't think they knew that I was watching because now this week they're doing it on their own. We've had also staff that have volunteered a lot of extra time to direct parents, meet the cars even on the street to direct them to help the students. So now they're doing it completely on their own. We still have a responsible teacher out available, and they were happy. And that is the one thing that struck me. These children in this cold, damp, rainy morning smiled every minute. They really looked like they were enjoying themselves.
Because it just seems, I think kids like to be part of solutions, like to be given tasks, and I think it sort of makes them feel, adultish, right? They look like little adults. They don't look like kids. They look like little adults there.
Mm-hmm. And it helps them to become responsible, and they love the fact. When I was giving the training, I asked them, why did you want to be a safety patroller? And I'd say it was unanimous that they all wanted to help. And that's amazing. The love and the givingness of these kids wanting to help the younger ones in the schoolyard is amazing. So,
Maryanne, do you think this is a full expansion for this pilot project? You can take it to more schools as soon as you can?
That's what we're working on right now. It's the research is in parallel with these two schools, and what's important is safety first. So we have to look the advantages, disadvantages, and see how we can make it. Right now, it's working really amazing in Springdale. We're going to see how it's going to come across in Annebert, and the research and development is going to follow through so we can hopefully in the back to school 2020 we can implicate other schools as well.
And Diana, is your phone ringing off the hook there at Springdale Elementary from colleagues at other schools?
They are very interested. I will be presenting on Wednesday just the experience of it, and a lot of schools are doing it. They're doing it well, but I've heard from a few schools there's just some concerns that they're having and the numbers, and in many of the cases it's not the children that are running it, it's the staff that's doing it. And I think to your point, that's really made a big difference here, is giving the children responsibility, teaching them respect, and this is their community, this is their school. It's really important. Recess is over. Just a minute.
Yeah, there you go. That's our cue. That's our cue, Diana. Listen, Diana, thank you so much for taking the time. Get back to school.
Thank you very much for having us here today.
That's Diana Martire, principal at Springdale Elementary. Also on the line, Maryanne Tasika from CA. Maryanne, thanks so much as well.
Thank you. Have a great day.